Fresh Barbershop here in Spring Hill, Florida. So I went to go check him out, gave me a clean cut and everything. I got to get ready. I'm going to go see my sons out there in Texas. So got to look sharp. But here's an interesting thing, man. We're sitting there and we're just having a random conversation. It's just me and him in a barbershop at this point. And somebody else walks in and we've kind of like touched base on the crypto topic. We're talking about random things. And we started talking about the Penguin Show and Dune Prophecy, how Dune Prophecy is about to start. And then once we really started getting deeper into crypto, my barber said it himself. He was like, have you heard of Dogelon, like Elon or whatever? I'm like, man, I've got a channel that's all I make videos about, man. I've got a bunch of things on my channel, but that's one of the main things that I discuss on the channel. And he's like, for real? He goes, I didn't even hear about this through you. I say, you sure? He goes, no, there's other people around here talking about Dogelon, Elon. He was kind of uncertain with the way he was approaching it, but he had heard it. And the other guy was sitting there. He started talking about Doge and the Department of Government Efficiency, and then he started looking into Dogelon Mars right there on the spot. He's like, let me check it out right now. He's like, oh man, it's up. It made money. I was like, yeah. And I told him my story about how I initially had gotten into it, and I had put a small amount and it had, gone up. I think it turned into like 16,000 or something like that when I originally got in it. But I mean, this was a topic at the barber shop. And the other day, I told you that I was at the gym and we started talking about crypto. So I'm sitting here getting a haircut, and it's two other people, the barber and another customer that are coming in, and they're discussing Dogelon Mars, man. And then another barber comes in and they're like, what are y'all talking about? You're like, Dogelon, something like that. And I was like, wow, so all of y'all have heard of Dogelon Mars? And they're like, yeah, man. So I thought that it's worthy of me bringing this up to you guys because the public, the general public, is starting to talk about crypto more, and the name Dogelon Mars is actually there. So it's an excellent thing to see that it's being brought up in just casual conversation like that. Then another barber came in and we started talking about NFTs, and we were talking about a variety of different tokens, different investment strategies. So the whole barber shop was talking about cryptocurrency, and two people had heard of Dogelon Mars, not from me. Like, keep in mind, like, I'm right down the road from these people. I get my haircut there. They're on my Facebook profile and everything. And they're saying that they heard of Dogelon Mars from other sources. So that's a good indication that this is starting to circulate. That's why the conversation has to be had and it has to be started wherever you're out in public. Whenever you're out in public, you should talk about it, because I think a lot of people want to invest in cryptocurrency in general. And then when you start telling them about the projects that you're invested in, they start, becoming more interested. They start looking into it, And once again, man, this is at a barber shop, and Dogelon Mars is being discussed there in front of everybody. So it's an interesting thing. I did want to talk more about the coin burn and everything, but I'm actually getting ready to catch a flight. I'm going to be flying out to Texas, so I don't have much time. So I wanted to get on here and at least do this live and just, share with you that it's encouraging to see that not only cryptocurrencies being discussed by, people, but that they're actually talking about Dogelon Mars. And, I would like to encourage you guys to, when you're out and about, to start the discussion about cryptocurrency, because a lot of people don't know about it. We may know about it, maybe our circle does, but when you really start having a conversation, I'm noticing that a lot of people are more interested and intrigued by cryptocurrency than people are actually in cryptocurrency or invested. So it always brings up the opportunity for you to discuss Dogelon Mars. And then, when you have your friends that are holding, y'all could get together and take a picture talking about Dogelon Mars, maybe wearing Dogelon Mars shirts or something like that. But that's 2 points. I'm in a small town in Florida, right out north of Tampa, and I've already came up with the crypto discussion at the gym and now at the barbershop. And at the barbershop specifically, two people mentioning Dogelon Mars and that they heard it from somewhere other than me because they weren't even aware that I had a YouTube channel. So keep that in mind, man, because I remember, I think in 2017, when I first got involved in crypto, these types of conversations were being had at the job place, at family events, at the park. And when you start having this discussion, people start getting interested and want to be part of it, guys. So I hope you feel inspired by that story, man, because I had no intention about talking about crypto at the barbershop. And to my surprise, like I said, Dogelon Mars was brought up by two different barbers. One in conversation with me, and one walked in and said randomly, "Have you heard of this is and that?" So it's just interesting to see, man. So if you ain't got no Dogelon Mars, get you some.